piece of crap.
Don't you call me a piece of crap?
So I'm gonna do a series on my channel called Conversations with Cody.
Oh God.
Or Cody Talks. I'm still working on the name.
Okay. And what exactly would you do?
I just record you talking.
Me talking?
Yeah.
Like, would you cut out your part and then just cut together different things I said and make it fucking crazy?
I'm the star of the show.
Oh, you're the star of the show?
Yeah, you're just a guest.
Oh, okay.
Just know your part, that's all.
So what would you do? Just bring up, would you have like a list of subjects and just each conversation would be on a certain subject?
No, just record our conversations, because we have some of the most insane conversations ever.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Some of the crap that comes out of your mouth, like
the trash.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like this morning, you're talking about how if a town is too small, then it's not a town. That whole little bit was insane.
Yeah, I'm saying if the town is tiny and it's really part of a metropolitan area, that's what I'm saying.
Let's not do it again.
Yeah, but I mean, you made it sound like I'm saying like the town spread out all over the place don't count because they're small. The way you just said it.
That's the way you said it.
That's not what I said.
That is exactly what you said.
No, I'm just saying the idea that there's, you know, they're all definitely pretty much inside of the Dallas city limits or what's considered Dallas area, and then calling all these little tiny communities fucking towns. I think that's stupid.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same way in any really big city.
I guess.
Like, Houston's the same fucking way. It's ridiculous. I mean, when I can drive 5 minutes and I'm fucking in another town, I think that's dumb.
Yeah, I guess you got a point.
Yeah, when I go the center of one town to the center of another town, and it's a 5-minute drive, and there's like no break, there's no rural area, there's nothing separating the two. It's like, I don't get it. Yeah, I got my num-nums already stuffed my face.
Nice.
Already ate my fucking sandwich.
I had a grilled chicken wrap from Sonic today. It's never as good as you think it's gonna be, right?
Sonic always sucks in my eyes.
Yeah.
Sonic sucks. I don't know. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah. Subway uses yoga mats in their bread.
What?
Subway uses yoga mats in their bread.
No, they don't.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
There is a preservative that is used apparently both in food products and non-food products. One of the preservatives in the bread at Subway, I guess somebody identified it. They're like, hey, wait a minute. They're using a preservative, the same kind they use in yoga mats.
It's probably to reduce fucking whatever germs or something.
Well, whatever it is, they took it out and they made a statement saying, okay, there's no more of that in our shit, so eat our bread.
Problem is, it's almost impossible for wheat to not have a little bit of mold in it.
Yeah.
It's pretty much impossible. So, and it's actually really, that mold and that wheat is actually not good for your digestive system anyways.
Oh, really? I'd never heard that.
Yeah, well, especially the mold. It's not good for your basically for your gut health.
Yeah.
So, like a new movement, I guess, in healthy eating is stay away from wheat. It used to be, oh, whole wheat is better than basically your regular white. But
well, if the United States population has to stop eating wheat, we're in trouble, because wheat is in everything.
Yeah. Well, they say in one regard, the whole wheat is better than the regular white bread, because it's more of a complex carbohydrate compared to a simple. So, in that regard, it's a little better. But on the other hand, it has, like I said, the other problems. So, I don't know. Bread is just bad, period.
So the complex, is that harder to break down, and that's why it's better for you?
Yes. It requires more energy, so that it's less simple carbohydrates being transferred directly into sugar.
Oh, okay.
And plus, the whole wheat is higher in fiber, which again is supposedly good for your digestive system and stuff like that. I mean, better than your simple carb of white bread.
Well, I don't believe anything I fucking hear anymore, because, you know, the food pyramid that we were taught whenever we were kids was like the same shit that the farmers were using to fatten up livestock. And the portions that they were recommending and all that shit. And then they made a retraction and they said, okay, no, you don't need as much of that. And now they're saying that there's nothing wrong with cholesterol, and there's no reason you shouldn't have a bunch of red meat. And nobody knows what the hell they're talking about.
I don't know. According to heart specialists, I think there's healthy cholesterol compared to very unhealthy cholesterol.
So that is the old system, what you're talking about, the good cholesterol and the bad cholesterol. Now they're saying that there's absolutely no correlation between good, bad, indifferent cholesterol and heart attacks. That's the new thing coming out right now, is they're saying that there's something else in the works here, and cholesterol actually doesn't have an impact on whether or not you're going to have an increased risk.
It doesn't make the...
No, they're saying that if you take, they took studies from over the past 20 years, and they were showing people that had an elevated cholesterol level versus somebody that didn't have a high cholesterol level, that the results were the same as far as how likely they were to have a stroke, how likely they were to have a heart attack. It had no impact whatsoever. Not like just a slight impact or something like that. There was no relevance whenever they compared the cholesterol to the end result there. So now they're saying, oh, yep, my bad, we don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, that happens all the time. It's just weird, because exactly what you're talking about, and then I hear people like Joe Rogan or even those specialists, they talk about they talk about it like it's the law, but then you change your mind all the time. Like, hold on, how does that work?
Something that Joe does and something that other people are doing, they test their blood periodically to see what's working. So they'll try a certain diet type, and then they'll test their blood and see where their levels are at, and then they'll just keep on that same diet, and then they'll kind of use the current system that they're at as a baseline, and then they'll start like adding things or taking things away from their diet, and then checking their blood again to see what's going on inside. So, I mean, as far as information you could trust, I'd say somebody that is taking that much care to find out what's working for their body, that's somebody worth listening to for sure.
No, I'm not listening. He talks out of his ass and says acts like this is fact and that's fact all the time. So fuck him.
Whatever.
He does.
He's self-deprecating. He tells you all the time he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, but then he talks to
Talk
like
about my Joe like this.
He puts Joe in a corner.
Nobody puts Joe in a corner. I will, however, listen to an individual that's taken that much time to figure things out.
Whatever.
Another thing
hey,
they
I
talk.
gotta answer the phone. Let me call you right back.
Okay. You almost home now?
No, I ended up having to take a little detour to pick up some samples I made yesterday. I forgot about. They were on my way in. I like basically had missed my exit that I would have needed to taken like by like 3 miles. I was like, fuck. So then I had to go another like couple miles before I got to another exit I could turn around on. So basically went 10 miles out of the way.
Didn't just go Bajan across the median? That's a lot quicker.
Yeah, no, there's a fence.
You go through the fence.
I can't go through the cables. I think they're designed to stop vehicles from going across the median, having head-on collisions. So I'm pretty sure I couldn't do it. I'm not gonna try either.
Anyway, so this map was like California, Texas, and then New York. Not the state, just the city.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty crazy.
That's how the outside world looks at the United States. Montana, what's that?
Yeah.
Never heard of Montana.
Yeah, for one, even for the size it is, there's like 5 people there, so.
What, Montana?
So Montana's small even for its size.
I actually,
you know what I'm saying?
I just Googled the population of Montana. It's 1 million. Like the entire state is 1 million people.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
We got more than that in like Fort Worth.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. Like if you like, given Montana's not the biggest state, period, land mass wise, but per capita, like populations, it's right up there with Wisconsin. It's retarded also.
Yeah, I don't know. What was I gonna tell you?
Wisconsin is where.
Well, look at New York.
I believe where Ed Gein is from.
Look at New York and New Jersey. I bet you the population in New York and New Jersey is they probably have as many people as we do in Texas.
Yeah.
New York, anyway, and it's tiny. It's a sliver.
Texas is a weird place because the southeast portion along the coastline and then basically Dallas are also heavily populated compared to the rest of the state. Like, it's outrageous.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at population distribution of Texas, it's weird. It's like Montana in the northwest portion, and then it's like New York in the southeast portion.
Whatever.
It's just weird.
Your invisible map is confusing and it's making me want to throw up.
No, it's like
no, don't try to explain it. The population of Montana back in 2008 was like, it was half of what it is now. It was like 500,000 for the whole state. That's pretty crazy. And then you start looking at like the towns. The largest city in Montana had like 40,000 people. That's the largest city. I was like, holy shit. That's their biggest city, and it's not even half the size of Abilene as far as population.
It's a third. It was the third the size of Abilene. Pretty crazy. Yeah, it'd be like Buffalo Gap. It's like 500 people. It's so stupid. Stop.
Count your change, nickel.
Get your $5 ass down before I make change. That's from a movie, New Rock, what was it? Detroit. No, it's called something Rock City. I can't remember. It was like when Wesley Snipes since about when crack got popular in Detroit. Like they're like kingpins in the drug dealing world. Forget what it's called. It has fucking Chris Rock in it. He's like a crackhead. The perfect role for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wesley Snipes, blacker than midnight.
Yes, he is a dog fella. No doubt about that.
Call them the Darkness Brothers. See, this was before Wesley Snipes.
Yes.
Charlie Murphy was hilarious.
Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, hilarious.
Somebody was just talking about him. I think must have been Joe.
Well, he died this year, so.
Yeah. He's talking about how he was like just a genuinely hilarious guy. Like, he was so damn funny. Not even trying to be funny, but he's just hilarious.
I think it's Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was too. That's why I said.
Rogan, yeah.
That's why I said I thought it was Joe.
Yeah, it was Joe Rogan.
Yeah, like I said.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a crazy thing, man. Fucking Eddie Murphy was, you know, like Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy, two of the like most famous.
But it's timeless comedy. Like the kind of comedy they did was something that now, even in 2017, you can go back and listen to it and it's still funny. Whereas you go listen to like Sam Kinison, he was a riot back in the day, but like his kind of comedy it doesn't work anymore.
Fuck you, it's hilarious.
Just take my word for it. I'm right.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong on that one.
How about this?
I absolutely disagree. I think I know Sam Kinison better than you.
Oh, really?
And I think my opinion matters more. So I'm right. You're wrong. That's it.
I see lots of holes in your theory.
Yeah? What holes? What holes?
I'm not going to share them with you. I just want you to know that I know they're there.
Listen, Sam Kinison's quality went down towards the end of his career leading up to his death. Because the asshole, you know, he lost drive and he was fucking on drugs hardcore and stopped riding as much. But all his stuff before that, before he like tapered off and kind of went downhill, still hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think he's that funny anymore. If I go back and listen to Sam Kinison, it just doesn't really work for me anymore. I used to think he was funny as shit.
You're probably just listening to his later shitty shit.
No, I sample a bunch of his stuff. When I start looking up Sam Kinison, it's because I'm trying to share it with somebody. So I'll like rifle through a bunch of his stand-up that's available online, and I just can't ever find anything that's like, oh well, no, you'll love this one. Yeah, this is funny. And every time he talks, I got people looking at me like he's just yelling. He's just yelling. That's all he's doing. Which is fine, but
no, I don't believe you.
But I'm not talking shit on Sam Kinison. I'm talking up. I'm talking up Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor. Like, I'm just saying.
They're more timeless.
Yeah, the comedy that they put out back then is still really damn funny now. That's all I'm saying.
The person I would argue that definitely falls off is like what's his name? Old fucker. No. What the fuck?
Rodney Dangerfield.
Yes, Rodney Dangerfield for sure.
I don't know. I love Rodney, man.
No, I was never that huge of a fan, but I feel like he's super dated.
Yeah. For sure.
And like, yeah, definitely.
You know, a lot of these comedians didn't start until they were in their 30s. Just saying. We should do it. Stand up every night.
Should we stand up?
Yeah. People.
I don't know.
People laugh at you just
I don't
looking at your
have
face.
the feeling of sucking 1,000 dicks in front of my mother. I don't want that feeling.
I'm sorry.
Where you
what?
just completely die on stage.
Well, you got to have that. You got to do that.
Yeah, it happens to everyone.
You got to do it.
Does it seriously, but I have a feeling like it would happen more times than I could handle.
You're not comfortable. You're not comfortable with failure.
It's too much. It's too much work. It's too much work, and the damage is too much. I'm already not that confident. I don't need to be suicidal. Okay.
Whatever.
That would be definitely a possibility. I'd want to die. It would be that horrible. I don't know. It sounds like fun. Looks like fun. But, I mean, realistically, listening to people talk about it, like Joe, he has a lot of comedians come on, and they talk about all the bad times and stuff, and they laugh about them now, and I'm just like, ugh. I like cringe, like, oh, Jesus. That'd be horrible.
I'm perfectly fine with fucking up, so I don't think that would be a problem for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, until you're that guy on the stage. Once you're that guy, you're like, fuck.
Maybe it would
different.
Maybe it would hurt, but I'm okay with that too.
No, it would hurt bad. It'd be like getting up naked on stage and then all the women laughing at your penis. That's what it'd be like. That's like what I envision in my head what it would feel like. That is exactly what it'd probably feel like.
Wow.
Here you are, you put all this time and effort into writing shit. You get up there, you muster the fucking confidence to say it loudly and proudly and with, with conviction, and then fucking dead room. Oh, you feel your soul dying. Like, that's exactly what it's like completely envisioned. And it's probably only worse than what I can envision. It can only hurt worse. There's no way I'm like
downplaying it.
Yeah, downplaying it. There's no way. Not after listening to Joe and other people talk about it, I'm like, oh God, I can't comprehend how horrible it is. Until like you actually experience it.
I want to try to find like a good YouTube video of like comedians just bombing their ass off, and it makes you feel sick. That's what I need. That's what I want to hear.
Oh, I've seen a couple of them.
Oh, I've seen it live.
I actually watched some of them on purpose, and I was like, oh.
Oh, I've seen some
God.
live. I mean, I try to go to comedy shows every chance I get, which, it's only probably once a year.
You're just hoping to see somebody bomb.
It happens every time. There's always somebody that sucks. Then it makes everybody else seem funnier.
Yeah.
But...
shit. It feels uncomfortable to me when they're bombing. I'm like, oh.
Poor motherfucker. Get him off the stage. Just stop.
Yeah.
Somebody mercy kill that son of a bitch.
I can't. I have trouble watching movies where there's like an embarrassing part.
God.
Like where somebody's like,
I did not know this.
Like it's a really embarrassing part of the movie for someone. I'm just like, I just can't even. It's hard to watch.
I did not know this about you.
Sometimes it's hilarious.
It's always hilarious.
If it's done right.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, I want to hide.
Now, I felt that same way about Meet the Parents. Because that's a relatable situation. I've been in girlfriends' houses meeting their parents, and it's just always like uncomfortable, and you don't want to say something fucking stupid,
Yeah.
So that feeling you're talking about, I got that from Meet the Parents for sure.
Yeah, like you literally want to hide. when you're watching it. You're like, like you don't want to be seen. Like you're there alone watching it, and you want to hide.
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't make any sense. Why
do I feel this much shame?
Why am I empathizing to the point that I feel shame? Like, because you can understand it. Like you said, you put yourself in that same situation. So, still, it's still weird.
Definitely.
I don't know. Some people, like, well, I mean, I've lost some fights. I've been kind of knocked out. I mean, I haven't been, like, knocked out unconscious for a long time. Like, the most embarrassing that it could possibly be. But I've been close. And
that's another...
I don't know. I mean, I handled it just fine.
That's another reason I'm surprised, because you've been, you know, in a public situation where you did not perform well, and so it seems like you would kind of be ready for that, as far as handling the disappointment, or, you know, that feeling of disappointment. I don't know, failure.
Yeah, I guess with fighting, I kind of, to a certain extent, compartmentalize, but at the same time, I can feel it. I don't know. It's weird. I've been able to accept those moments. Some people, I don't know. I think their ego is too big and it's too hard, but I don't know.
So not the same.
I don't know. It just seems like the other one would be worse.
So not the same situation as having a bunch of girls laughing at you. It's hard to talk to you. You can always
point at the other guy and be like, well, he was better. It's not that I suck so bad, it's that they're good. You know what I mean? Like, you have somebody to kind of almost put the blame on.
I guess. Anyway,
in that situation.
Anyway, you just need to compartmentalize your failure as a comedian and get up there and do an open mic night. Just do it.
What am I going to do? Blame the audience? Well, they're just too stupid for my jokes! Like, no, your joke sucks.
Well,
that's it.
That's something that you got to put up with, because some people, you know, what we think is funny is not fucking funny to other people. Like, Morgan doesn't like any of the same comedians that I like. In fact, I haven't been able to find a stand-up comedian that she's been like, oh, that was great. You know, like Aziz, she doesn't like Aziz. I'm like, come on, you kidding me?
Yeah.
And then
Miranda is kind of similar in that regard, as far as totally not getting the same funny from the comedians I like.
Yeah.
She's like Joe Rogan, like his better stuff. I've had her like try to watch it, and she just is completely annoyed by him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh.
Morgan's the same way.
Yeah.
It's like, what's wrong with you? It's funny. Laugh. Poking him with a stick. Come on, damn it. What's wrong with you?
One she does like is this guy from, he was on, it's probably her favorite comedian, is the guy that stutters, that was on America's Got Talent a couple years ago or whatever.
I have no idea.
He went into the finals. Anyways, he stutters because he got like hit in the head or the throat or something with fucking softball on the softball game.
God damn.
So now he stutters, and it's like, that's part of why he's funny.
That's terrible.
Anyways, let me think. I can't even think of his name. I'll give you his name. You should look him up. He is pretty funny. But that's her shit. We drove all the way to Houston to watch him.
Oh my God.
In person.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good. Stayed at my cousin's house, and thing is, what was I? He had a cat, so, or his wife did. Miranda's like definitely allergic, So even though the cat's not like really in the room, she's like fucking, you know. Anyway, she's having like an allergic reaction.
Yeah.
So she ended up like sleeping in the car.
That's ridiculous. Hold on a second. Don't say anything. Comedian that stutters.
According to Wikipedia, Drew Lynch is a stand-up comedian known for his severe stutter.
Did you hear that?
What?
His name is Drew Lynch, and he's known for his stutter.
Yes. That is it. That is his name.
That's funny. Like, Google knew that he was funny because of his stutter. Google knows everything. It's scary.
He's pretty good. He's got some good funny videos online too on YouTube.
Yeah. I'll have to check him out.
Yeah, she likes him. And anyways, I bet Morgan would probably like him.
I'll
Maybe he'll come to Dallas.
try to introduce that to Morgan, see if that works for her.
See if that's her cup of tea.
If that doesn't work, I'm all out of moves. I got no more moves.
Never had any moves.
Aw. Shit.
Moves are weak. Have you seen that video where the guy's talking? And he's like playing 3 different parts?
Yes. It's creepy.
Huh?
I said it's creepy. And what's that noise in the background?
No.
Are you at a flea market?
No, I'm at a fucking Love. I was gonna order some Subway. Hey.
Delicious.
Hey, let me call you right back. I'm gonna
See ya.
order and stuff.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.